I'm in a t-shirt. Can we take a moment to celebrate the fact that it's fucking warm finally? I'm so excited. I'm also excited to finally have this desktop like actually sorted out, and I think everything's as good as it's gonna get. I had to fix a lot of things over the last week and start fresh, and that's always a fun process. But at least I didn't have to like build everything completely from scratch. That always helps. So I don't actually have a plan today. I'm gonna try and finish the Ivy hat. For anyone who doesn't already know, I'm a living statue performer working on an Ivy topiary costume, and this is my life now. I might also detour and play with some of these flowers here. I have a couple of headpieces to make, mostly for shits and giggles, not for actual work things. But, you know, sometimes you need a fun project. Hi, Apparition. Apparition, you gotta do, like, adult work things. This is nonsense work things. Okay, one of the things I fixed was my now playing, but my volumes are all fucked up. So please let me know if the music's, like, way too loud or way too quiet. And of course, I'm going to make it even harder by starting off with a song that is either deafening you or not. Hi, Thades. How are my volumes? That's loud for me. I don't need that to be quite so loud. I do not yet have to drown out a dog. So, although I'm definitely getting laser eyes. So I guess it's time for this. Yeah? Yeah? You want it? Oh, go pleasey paws. I'm gonna have to get a dog cam at some point so you all can see his pleasey paws when I give him his bone. Okay. Alright. I remember how to do things. I sure do. Oh, my cameras are all out of place. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna scoop myself over a little bit. That's better. Yes? There? Sure. That seems fine. Okay. Excuse my dust. Alright. I'm gonna do a thing. Also, I got a new pin cushion. It's a little dumpster fire. I'm so excited about it. Now I won't keep losing my damn sewing needle because I keep forgetting where I put it down. And also, my thimbles can stop rolling off of my table. Improving my workspace. Now I just have to remember what the fuck I was doing. Okay. I am actually almost done with this hat. I swear. This time for reals. It's so warm in my basement. I didn't turn the heat on and I'm a little sweaty even. So happy. It's finally spring. Alright. How about... What is my second camera even trying to focus on? Excuse me, ma'am. What if we, like... No, that's actually... Alright. That's fine, I guess. It's also very sunny out, so all my lighting had to change. And I messed around with my camera settings maybe more than I had to. But, you know, once you start doing a thing, ADHD takes over. Hi, Chris. How's your time zone? The fact that it's finally spring weather here is the only thing saving this day at this point. I had a bomb of a barn day. I showed up and Charlie's pulled off one of his shoes, so I couldn't really do anything with him. And then I dragged the dog for a very short and very slow walk, because he does not have great heat tolerance. So all his energy kind of drains as soon as the temperature gets above like 65, basically. But I'm gonna finish this hat and I think maybe start on one of my gothy headpieces. I don't know. I bought a bunch of stuff. I probably need to buy more stuff, but I might as well get started on it. I should be doing actual, like, gig prep stuff. But I don't feel like it. I need to make new signage to put on the front of my bases that have, like, you know, my company name and the character name. So I think that would be a nice touch in general. And also it will help people, like, learn my character names. Everyone knows Lily because she's been around for like 12 years, but my other characters are too new for anyone to know what to call them. All right, I don't think this will work. Karu. Yeah, I mean, Lily's the only one that, like, really stuck, you know? Yeah, my other characters do technically have names. They just, like, they're not as popular. And there's obvious ones, like the Raven. The Raven is just Raven. But I think it would be just a nice touch in general. And then it also allows me to, like, have my branding visible even when I'm not busking. Yeah, the fairies are just, like, named for their seasons. They don't have names. I try to, like, the characters that have names, I try to keep it simple and, like, memorable. And some, like, a few of them I've bounced around on, like my very, you know, 1920s style black and white portraits. I jumped around on what to call them for a long time, and I settled on Rose for both of them. So there was, like, a light version and a dark version. And I settled on Rose just because it sort of fits with, you know, all the florals, lily and such. And it's a little nod to Downton Abbey because there's a character named Rose on there, since that's, like, sort of the era and style loosely that I'm going for. That would be appropriate. But really nobody, like, calls them by name except me. So it's fine. People only know Lily because she's been around for so damn long. Everything else is, like, a couple years old at most. So it's fine. I do try to, like, not get too creative with the names. Hi, Abby. I don't want to get like too creative with the names because like they need to be like easy to remember. And if they're like too artsy or like LARP like, you know, then no one's gonna know except me ever. And it's just gonna be like, well, why does she like hashtag this on her Instagram posts? But like I need to distinguish them somehow. So they do have names. But I have a Waterfire like press conference thing I'm performing for next week, which won't matter quite so much. So, because like I'll have my tip jar out for that. Yes, Mudu, shiny new desktop. I finally got everything set up properly, I think. It took a lot of work. I had to transfer all my stuff from my laptop and then like fix everything and reorganize stuff. And now it's better. But anyway, but then I have a gig that I'm like just in the final stages of actually booking in a couple weeks at the Worcester Art Museum. And I'm not going to be busking for that. So, what the fuck did I just do? I just fucked up, didn't I? How did I fuck up? What did I do? No, I didn't. It's fine. But because I'm not going to be busking for that, that means I don't have any signage, because like all my signage is on my tip jar. So it'd be nice to have something I can just like slap on the front of my base that has my like company name and logo and then the name of the character to like make it, you know, there's a reason for that signage to be there besides just promoting myself. So that is also on the to-do list, but that's less of a like fun stream thing to watch. Although I did consider painting, so I have some like plain white picture frames, and I considered painting them to match the like faux granite-esque look of my bases. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. I don't know. I am going to learn a lesson from my previous employers and not use the glass in the picture frame, because that's another thing that can break in transit. So I have a laminator, so all my signage just gets laminated. I'm like, well, I can just put it in a picture frame without the glass. And like, the fact that it's laminated means it will basically stay put anyway. So that's something I don't really have to worry about. But it does mean I have to like print stuff out and laminate things. And that's just like a tedious, busy work project. Well, Abby, you claimed an additional name for yourself? Do tell. Look at how little is left. Look at how little is left on this thing. I'm almost there. I need to move this camera. No matter how much table space I have, I always end up like pulling projects basically into my lap because I'm a gremlin. So let's see. You don't seem very stable there. Excuse me. How about all right, excuse me while I fuss with my camera. Okay. Are you gonna stay there? Maybe? Okay. Ooh. See, you have the best names. I love Abigail and I love Hazel. Of course, I have hazel eyes, so I'm a little extra biased towards the name Hazel. Oh, God. Okay. I think I've told you before, I had a like, neighborhood friend as a kid named Abigail. I always, always loved her name. Excuse me. Where are you going? There we go. She also, so my childhood friend Abigail was very much a redhead with like heavy freckles. So I also have an appreciation for like heavy, heavy freckling. She's one of those people that every once in a while I'm like, I wonder what in the fuck happened to her. Because I don't think I talked to her past the age of maybe like 11 tops. I don't know. Oh, Abby. I got you, Munu. I should actually have some of my smoothie too. Well, clearly you were meant to be in my chat. It was one of those like childhood friendships that's like we were only friends because she lived in my grandmother's neighborhood and like my grandmother and her mom were friends. So like otherwise we never would have known each other at all. And I, being the autistic accidental loner kid, like, especially in the 90s, it's not like I could, add her on Facebook or anything. So we just kind of drifted apart when I stopped going to my grandmother's after school all the time. It is what it is. I had more friends in grandma's neighborhood than I had in my own because there were just like more kids around and it was a more like safe to walk around kind of neighborhood. I lived on a very busy street and was not allowed to cross the street by myself for a long time, and there were only like a couple of kids I could even go and hang out with because they lived like on the same side of the road as me. And then they move and I lose touch, and that's how it goes, I guess. I wonder how different it is now for, tweens. Because, like, it's so much easier to stay in touch with people when you grow up in a world of social media. Oh, hi, Bobby. Performance story happy mode. Do you have any, like, question slash topics of preference, or should I just pick at random? Yeah, Abby, I don't know. Keru is the only person I went to high school with, or like school of any age with, who I still talk to. Um, okay, no preference, whatever comes to mind. So, I will talk about Waterfire because I just did my first, it wasn't an official Waterfire event, but I just did my first like Waterfire event. It's complicated. Last Saturday, And then next Wednesday, I will not be here because I'll be there. They have a little, like a small lighting to do a press conference to like announce the season schedule and that kind of stuff. And this year they asked me if I wanted to perform at this thing, which they've never asked me before. So, I mean, that's exciting because I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be on the news. Like the governor and the mayor are gonna be there. It's very like televised and heavily videoed event. And that's just because, like, I've been going to Waterfire for so many years. In fact, longer than most of the, like, contact people I have. I keep making that joke of, like, yeah, I've been doing this longer than, like, all the events, like, coordinators combined. But it's been really nice to get that sort of recognition as, like, I'm a staple part of the event now. And like be officially part of the event instead of just kind of performing on the outskirts and taking advantage of it, basically. So that's been pretty nice because this is, I think, my 18th season at Waterfire. Skipping a year for 2020 for obvious reasons, but otherwise, like, I've been doing this for 18 years. And, you know, I just, like, I started performing very much on the outskirts of this festival because I wasn't part of the program officially. So I would just, like, set up sort of nearby. And then the festival kept expanding and they didn't kick me out. It's like, okay, I guess they don't mind me being here. I mean, it's sort of hard to complain about a living statue, right? I don't make any noise. I draw a bit of a crowd, but, you know, I'm not stopping like 200 people at a time or anything. So, and then after a failed business partnership, that was kind of what sparked them to reach out to me and be like, hey, so now that you're not working with that bitch anymore, like, do you want to do more things with us? So it's very nice to get the recognition. I've come such a long way since my first Waterfire. I started, I don't think, hold on. I'm going to take a detour. Because I think I might have pulled up a picture from one of my first Waterfire performances. But now I have to find it. And oh my god, my monitor is so big I could see everything at the same time. This is great. It's so good. Oh god. Mistakes have been made. Never mind. I will pull up pictures later. The only thing I have access to is our, like, external shared hard drive. And that's not where all my stuff is organized. It's all on my laptop still. But I do have pictures from one of my early Waterfires, and it was very, very different vibe and experience. Oh, and now the dog is aggressively nesting, so I guess we're gonna settle down. Mm-hmm. Okay. There was a, I haven't seen him in a while. I'm just gonna ramble in happy mode for for a bit. I haven't seen him in a while, and I'm hoping I can find. I know I have at least one picture of him somewhere in the depths of my old hard drive. But like there are always people who I see, on a pretty regular basis at Waterfire because it's a frequent event. Like they have at least one or two of these events per month from usually Memorial Day until late October is like when things kind of settle down. Um, so they're like it's a regular thing. It's not just a once a year kind of event. So there are like locals that I'll see pretty frequently to like I recognize them. And I'm terrible with faces. Especially when I'm seeing literally thousands of people over the course of the night. So there was this older gentleman who would always like I tend to go and set up pretty early so that I'm like set up and settled before the crowds really start pouring in. And this guy would walk by not too long after I set up, and he would always give me a tip and blow a kiss back at me and sweet smiles and everything. Never said a word to me. And there were times when I think he was like lurking nearby as I was setting up, and he didn't want to ruin it. He didn't want to come up and talk to me because he enjoyed interacting with the statue and like didn't need to interact with the person. I remember people like that. He was very sweet. Yeah, there's like the performer roster has expanded so much since I started at Waterfire. But that's so funny. The only because there are a few different like dance troupes that perform, once or twice usually over the course of the season, but they come back every year. I did briefly kind of know one of the guys in it's the capoeira group, Grupos Ondas, I think. Um, but yeah, for the most part, like I don't really interact with the other performers at Waterfire. Like I kind of fly solo. Um, I do. I am familiar with a lot of the fire performers just because there's so much overlap between the Circus Kids and the company that I used to work for, who also performs at Waterfire. Um, and then like Andrew Anselmo, who does origami, like he and I have known each other for years because of Waterfire, but for the most part, even if you had performed at Waterfire, I wouldn't have ever known it because I'm like so separated from all the dances and stuff. Because those performances usually happen in the basin, and my pitch is on the like Washington Street Bridge, so I'm way far at the like other end of the event. So I never get to see the other performances either. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's how it goes working for bigger companies, right? Like when I was working for a living art company, um I see you, Chris. Like I met most of the people who worked for the company in the time frame that I worked there, but that was just because I worked there for a long time and I did a lot of gigs because it was kind of one of my primary sources of income. Versus a lot of people would only do like an occasional weekend thing or whatever because they have like school or a full-time job. Like they've got other shit going on. So just because of the nature of like my schedule and ability to work more gigs, I met more people. But I mean, there were a few years, even with all my availability, that like I didn't know most of the people who worked there. I'd never met them. I didn't know their names. Like, because it's not like an office job, right? Like you're not going in to an office together every day and meeting everybody. Like there were people I kind of only saw whenever we did have some kind of company meeting, which was extremely rare and always a waste of time. In case anyone wanted to know, meetings are a waste of time in all sorts of job situations. Also, Abby, I don't think I realized that you were a Providence area person. That's fun to know. Maybe you'll get to see this costume in person sometime. It may or may not show up at Waterfire. I haven't decided yet. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I did a lot of that too, like working for a company. Like most of the gigs I did were in the Boston or Providence area, but I did a lot in Connecticut. I would go up to, New Hampshire sometimes. Um, I would go, let's see, what's the farthest I went for a gig? I think Maryland, probably. I didn't usually sign up for any gigs that required getting on a plane. So, like, that's too much of a time commitment for me. Okay, why are we being such a bitch about this? Excuse me. Can you not? Alright, fine. I guess we're gonna. Are you gonna be a problem? It's fine. Everything is fine. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. I will say I do not miss the long ass drives to New York City. Fuck all that. Oh, yeah, probably. I've thought about like trying to get myself into more gigs like that. But frankly, I'm in a privileged enough position that I don't have to work really. So I don't want to like kill myself to take on gigs that are going to be like a huge spoon drain for me. So I tend to work much more like local to where I am. But I did think about like, well, what if I, maybe got to a Newport Folk Festival or something. I am leafing, beardless. How are you doing? I don't know, this leafing is not going well. It's... What happened? Okay, you are garbage. I knew it. I knew it. Alright. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that was sort of one of the reasons why I quit working for a company, is like, it was supposed to be a worthwhile job. It just wasn't. I was like, this is more than a like shits and giggles side hustle for me. Like, I want an actual job and income out of this. So if that's not gonna happen, I'm out of here. But I like a lot of dance troupes, like you're talking about, Abby, like do tend to just be like, they're not really paid gigs. It's more just you do it because you love it. I swear I'm almost done with this damn hat. Yeah, Thades, I don't. Ain't nobody paying me to take care of humans or animals anymore. I mean, I guess you do feed me once in a while. So, hi, apparition. You're done with your adulting for the day. Oh god, I think I have to close this window. There's a chilly breeze coming in. Okay. I mean, listen, I get paid in housing and partners who support my broke artist ass. So that's not so bad. Certainly nobody paying me to be on Reddit, and they should be. Done more to take care of other people's snakes through the internet than I have done in any other animal-related job I've ever had. Getting into the center of this hat is like... This is a time. This is a time. I can't see what I'm doing. There's too many leaves in the way. I died. I fucking love the little wiggly frog. Okay. I can do it. I'm doing it. My day is all right. I appreciate the fact that it's warm enough that I can wear a t-shirt and I'm not freezing. As the perpetually cold autistic, the fact that it's like 75 degrees outside is heavenly. It's a shame I kind of wasted the warm weather because I couldn't ride. Charlie pulled a shoe because his farrier sucks. And since he's not my horse, I'm only so inclined to deal with finding a new farrier, but I think I'm going to have to. But, yeah. No, it's too bright. It is very bright. That, like, when I was setting up down here, it's like, do I need my sunglasses? Like, what? I had to adjust all my lighting because it was so sunny. I guess I have to get the blinds back up on these windows. Need better blinds, really. Because the ones that are in here are the ones that came with the house when we bought it. And they're just like shitty roller blinds. So I guess I gotta order nicer ones. I can't see. I'll get to you in a second, Moon. I lost place of what I was doing. I lost my place. No. Okay, you're fine? You're fine. Maybe? Where the fuck? What did I... Okay. I know what I'm doing. I know. Do I seriously need more leaves? Motherfucker. Alright, fine. Oh, 80 is perfection. But I have been accused on more than one occasion of being a bearded dragon because I like during heat waves, it'll be, 115 degrees or something and humid as hell. And while I don't necessarily want to do anything like active outside and I do not perform in those kinds of conditions, I am very happy to just sit and bask in the warmth on my deck. I will go sit outside to escape the air conditioning just to be warm. Yeah, oh my god, same. Um 'Cause it's been such a slow crawl into spring weather. And now this week it's like 70s and it's gonna get up into the 80s, I guess, later in the week. And then it's gonna drop back down into the 50s. Like, I just want to be warm. I just want to be warm. The humidity is a bitch. It's what we get for living in a giant swamp. Next to the ocean, no less. I'm like, oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I have to BRB? I think I know who I'm gonna go grab. I hope she's still out anyway. But let me BRB and go find a critter. Also, I'm going to take a moment before I BRB. Can we just appreciate my adorable little dumpster fire pincushion that holds not just my needles, but also my thimbles? Okay, I will go and find a friend. Right? It's adorable. I will go find a friend. I will BRB. And it's not going to be the dog, because that's just cheating. And also, he's asleep. Oh, hi. I have a friend. This is Munchkin. There is a chinchilla allergy. Um, but I have I have a shirt that I can put on to hold her. But the chinchilla is sleeping, and Miss Munchkin was out and awake. I could have also gone for the sand boa, but I didn't want to actually dig her out because I could only see her little face. I mean, your chances of there being a snake involved for Show Us a Critter, this is very high because that's the bulk of my zoo. But this is Munchkin. She is my stunted rescue. She was my first serious rehab case. Moving spirit. Yes, hi. What? You gonna go down to the microphone? Do you have things to say? Huh? Do you want to tell everybody? Do you want to tell everybody what you're doing? Yeah, maybe? We got some thwips? Yeah, got some good smells? Yeah, she was... Let's see. She weighs around 1,300 grams right now. And she weighed 140 grams when I got her. And she should have been at least this size. So, Fraggy, this is another one. This is Munchkin. You met Jasper. This is my... She's not my smallest anymore, but she is my stunted girl. So she could have been bigger than this if she had been taken care of properly when she was a baby. But she is like a normal size for an adult, so maybe this is the size that she would have been. I don't know. It's impossible to know. But where are you going? Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Yeah, you're gonna... Where are you going? There, yeah. Okay. Yeah. She was certainly the smallest when I got her. Why? Why? Ma'am, I'm sorry to boop your nose. I can't see you. How about we come up here? You want to sit here? She's not very inclined to sit still. Jasper and Tamarind usually have the decency to sit still. But this one is always on the go. And she also, if I take her outside, she periscopes. So she'll like sit flat on the grass and then pick her head up so she can look around. Like, what are you doing? Ma'am. All right, I guess I'm doing this now. Yeah. Hi. It's almost time for you to like be able to go outside, actually. Yeah. Hi. She is a prairie dog in spirit. She's very tall. She is very tall. In fact, I guess she's claimed my arm now, so I'm gonna see if I can do this with one hand on my phone. I know I have a very good picture of her periscoping somewhere that I can post on the Discords. I just have to find it. Oh, now we're gonna settle? Now that my arm is in an uncomfortable position? Now we're gonna sit still? Yeah. Okay. I guess. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Albums. Oh, god damn it. Apparition and Tidestrider. You two are actual gremlins. Why would you do this to me? It's gonna be in my head for hours now. Fuck you both. Mushrooms. God damn it. Troublemakers, all of you. Okay, I found the picture. Beardless, do not join the chorus. Oh, I can have my arm back? Maybe a little bit? No, madam, you're not. If you start climbing on my hat, you're gonna get so tangled. So what if we didn't do that? Okay, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's easier now that I have use of both of my hands. But I just posted a picture of my little munchkin on the Discords. Ma'am, where are you going? Why? If you're not already... Oh, we don't need caps lock. Excuse me. If you're not already in my Discord, join just for pictures of things. Why? Why? Why is this what we do? Hmm? Why is that what we do? What do you think? Do you have thwips? Do you have thwips for people? Yes. My pretty girl. Yes. I know. You got thwips? There you go. She's like easily my most curious snake. Hi. Hello, pretty girl. That's my nose. I don't need your tongue up my nose. Thanks. Thanks. And considering she has bitten me more than any other snake I've ever owned, I think we've come a long way. She was very stressed the first few months I had her. And now she's the sweetest girl. Hi. What do you think? Do you want to hang out for a while, or do you want to go back in your house? Huh? We've got so many sniffs. Oh, that's always fun. Hi. Okay, I'm gonna go. We just okay. I guess this is my prep work for statuing. Just hold up some arm weights. Yeah. You're such a good girl. I'm gonna show off. I love her dorsal stripe. So, she's not a fancy morph or anything. She's just a normal. But the fact that she has such a long, unbroken stripe, that's like... That's her special marking to me. Yeah. Got one along the tail, too. She is a pretty girl. I have nothing against normals. I think they're pretty. But, you know, if I had purchased ball pythons instead of adopting / rescuing them, I probably would have ended up with something else. So, like, if I'm going to spend the money, I should, you know, get something that I really want. But I love my babies. Where are we going? Yeah? Where are we going? Mm-hmm. Excuse me, madam. Hi. Look at this little face. Look at this little face. Come here. Come back up here. There's no getting snakes to do what you want them to do. Okay, I will be RB. And, you know, just gonna put it out there. Maybe if somebody else decides that they want to see a critter at some point, there might be a floof involved later. You never know. Already putting me in fairy mode, huh? All right. All right. Spring, obviously, because it's finally springtime. Oh, God. Actually, do I want a corset? Do I want a corset or do I want a head? Do we want a corset or a headpiece? I'm not going to do both. At least not right now. Putting the corsets on is going to be a lot easier now that I can wear t-shirts and not big bulky sweaters. All right. I do have to get more flowers for my goth fairy headpiece. I keep procrastinating. I need to go to Michael's. Thank you. It's hard to tie because there is a flower petal that insists on getting in the way. I don't always plan these things well, but to be fair, I usually have a wig on underneath this headpiece, which kind of changes the way it fits my head. But I have to go to Michael's to look for more like black, white, and gray flowers because Joann's only has so much. And certainly like in that category of colors. Excuse me while I use my camera as a mirror. It's fine. Okay, back to doing things. I was doing things, right? I'm gonna be productive. Okay, but the question is, do I actually need to add more to this? I don't know. I mean, kind of. It's gonna make me crazy if I don't. No one else will know, but I'll know. Maybe. Let's see what we got here. Who needs to be productive indeed? I don't know. This is the most productive I've been in a while. So. Any amount of work I get done today is an exceptional amount of work to get done based on where I've been at. So I'll do what I can with the energy levels that I have. That's the best I can do. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's been a burnout heavy like month, really. So I keep thinking about it's an Elise Myers TikTok because she is currently pregnant and struggling with not having the same level of energy and ability to do things and be productive, right? And she posted a video recently that's like, it's a sentiment I've seen elsewhere, but I love her. She's my favorite ADHD gremlin, so she gets credit for it. But it's one of those things where, like, you know, if you can only give 20% for today and you give 20%, then you gave 100%. Like, that's kind of where I've been at. I'm trying to be forgiving of myself. I have already exceeded expectations for the week. So, yes, 20% is the new 100%. And today is the first day in over a week that I felt like I had more than maybe 30% max. And it's kind of nice. The warm weather helps. All right. You are going to be super annoying to sew into place, aren't you? Yes, you are. I can do it. Do I actually? I don't know. Why am I'm doing this to myself? I'm doing this to myself. Literally no one would know. But because I have decided there's not enough coverage in this spot, I need to at least put another strand. But look, it's so cute. It makes me happy, and now I never lose track of my needle. Karu, I have like mixed immediate feelings about that statement. Um, because I don't know. It it's one of those things where like nuance is everything, right? So I was talking to I think Apparition recently about how this is a conversation I've had with so many people over so many years. But there's sort of like capital D depression. Just like this is, it's the illness of depression, and it affects every aspect of your life for a very long period of time, and chemical imbalances and all that. And then there's like lowercase d depression, where it's just like a little phase here and there. I'm the same way with